Hi, I'm Alex from thetechnoclass.com, and this is a quick comparison between the HTC Desire, the HTC 7 Mozart, and the Nokia N8. Now, the HTC Desire is running Android 2.2 Froyo stock, while the HTC 7 Mozart is running the latest Windows Phone OS, and the Nokia N8 is running the latest Symbian. Now, comparing the sizes between these three, they're mostly the same. The both the HTC phones are about the same thickness and about the same width and height. The Desire seems a little bit bulkier, and the Mozart seems kind of thin, kind of lightweight. Although I don't think there's a large discrepancy in weight, in actual weight. Now the Nokia N8 is a little bit thicker, but shorter in width, and a little bit shorter in height as well, in length. But there is a large camera module on the back that sticks out. Now, the N8 has a 3.5-inch capacitive screen, while both the HTCs have 3.7-inch screens. The buttons will light up on all these devices, as you can see here. Now, the camera for the HTC Desire is a 5-megapixel sensor capable of 720p video and a LED flash, while both these newer devices have a xenon flash and larger sensor. Namely, the Mozart has a 8-megapixel sensor, and the Nokia N8's most popular feature is the 12-megapixel camera with xenon flash and LED assist lamp. This can take 720p video at 25 frames per second. This can take 720p as well, and I believe it does 30 frames per second, but we'll need to confirm its actual frame rates. The HTC Desire can take 720p, but it's mostly a variable frame rate, and we believe it only goes up to at least around 20 frames per second maximum if you set the ISO high enough. Now, we have the caches cleared on the web browsers for these phones, so we'll give you a quick load and test of the web browsers. The 7 has started loading. Well, I'll type my website here. Now they're all connected on the same Wi-Fi network, which is N. Now it should be noted that the HTC Desire only does Wi-Fi B and G, while the Mozart has BGN, and the Nokia N8 has BGN as well. Now it seems like the Mozart has finished, but then again, we have not loaded them at the same time. We'll try another load by clicking a link in a bit, but let's wait for them to finish. I think the N8 has finished. However, I accidentally already clicked one. Let's hit back. if I can find it. So the Mozart has a pretty fluid web browser here. The scrolling is really fast, and pinch to zooming is almost jelly, like watching Jello. Although there are times when it will have to reload, like it doesn't buffer the entire page like so. On the HTC Desire, you can also zoom, but it's not exactly the same snappiness. As you can see here, it's not extremely fluid, but however, you don't see any of those parts of the page reloading. And you can zoom in and out. Plus, the Desire supports full text reflow, like so. The Mozart doesn't can only sort of support it by shrinking the text or fitting it to the columns when it can. And the Nokia N8 has a capable browser. Pinch to zooming works. However, you'll see a lot more. It will blur the text when you zoom in. And I believe it doesn't have text reflow. So zooming out gives you checkered bars, but the scrolling frame rate seems pretty good. Now let's try and load a page that doesn't have flash. Alright, so, and we'll try and do it all at the same time to do a good comparison. Now it should be noted that the HTC Desire can multitask, so there's a possibility that it is doing other things in the background. Let's try and hit these all at the same time. That seemed pretty good. The Desire seems to be almost done, and the N8 is close, right next to it. But it's usually the last few last few items that need to be loaded that is the clincher. The N8 is a little bit choppy while loading, while the Mozart doesn't really care. It's very fluid. The Desire just finished, and as you can see, the scrolling can be a little choppy. The Mozart has already finished as well, and we're waiting for the N8. I'll try not to click anything. So I think that the N8 defaults to a certain level of zoom. And it's loading something large. I don't know what a 7 meg file is doing on this web page, but it's trying to load that. Anyway, that's our quick look on the 3 phones, and